Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Metal Mastermind. I'm your host, Ken Candelas, and today I want to talk about releasing your music. Now, last year, this is September 2025, which means September 2024. It's a little bit late, but this is a year anniversary of the release of HOMERIK, The Circle of Dead Children. This is my album and my concept, really. That's exactly what it is. This is a whole novel. Guys, look at this. This is a whole novel with illustrations for every chapter. Okay? Check that out. This is what an entire complete idea basically looks like. I spent about 10 years creating this project, and to have this in the palm of my hand is just wild. I mean, this is just amazing. I mean, check this out too. This is like the sort of the tote bag that, you can buy with any of our HOMERIK merch. Go to metalmastermind.com or shop.metalmastermind.com if you want to see any of this. This is all for sale. We sell things like candles, we sell sweaters, hoodies, all the traditional stuff. But, this is unique, this kind of product. Something with a book, with an album, candles and all this kind of stuff. It was designed as an immersive experience, and actually the immersive version will be out very soon to be bought as a standalone item on the store as well. So I'm very excited for that as well. So I want to just talk about this concept of just creating a release plan for your music, because it's really important that you understand that our work does not happen by chance. We really take a good look at what we have, and we plan for success. So that's what I want to show for you today. We're going to open up what that looks like right now. Let's go ahead and take a look. But what I want to show you here, this is a really useful thing. It's called a press release timeline. And when I was going through HOMERIK, and it's press release, marketing strategy, I really went in on honing in on what I was going to be able to accomplish with a team. And you really have to admit to yourself whether or not doing this on your own is the right move. Doing a release is really overwhelming, and you want to get some action going, but you can't really do it unless you know people well. So let's be honest, you need a team, and PR teams are there to help you. Advertising teams are there to help you. Radio promos there to help you. And you just got to find the right people for the job, right? So now Metal Mastermind and being a part of the metal community, I've done a lot of research as to who I wanted to represent my team. And I proudly represented by Adrenaline PR, Skateboard Marketing, and Blast Beat Network. These are the people that work with me on this release. But of course, you got to really think about who represents you correctly. And I would urge you to think about who are similar bands to you, and then look at who represented them. But by all means, if you're interested in working with any of these folks, they're fantastic teams. So what you have over here is actually something that was told to me by my marketing team as hey, give us an outline or a timeline, I should say, to help us figure out when things need to really be done by, so that we know how to approach certain people, certain blogs, certain webzines, or magazines and interviews and all that kind of stuff, so that you can kind of get a spot there, right? And this is such a great piece of advice. I had reached out to my PR team probably around a year before I actually launched the album, but we didn't actually hit the ground running until maybe late June of that year when my album was releasing. So all that time between October 2023, which is when I was like, okay, I'm done with this album, or I'm very close to it, let's start thinking about this, to when we actually started, which was June 2024, late June 2024, we were like, okay, we got some time. We're going to really think this over. We're going to have a couple meetings. And then when we get closer to the date, we're going to have, the funding for it because we're going to save our money to make this happen, right? And yeah, it's going to cost money. Everything in your music career is an investment. So don't be surprised and don't think that you shouldn't pay anything to get your stuff out there. Nobody wants to work with you if you don't want to actually help people earn a living. So that's a service, right? This is what we're talking about. So let's keep going. We have, a couple things here, which is interesting to see, which is the advertising package that I'm working with, which is helping basically get on places like Metal Injection, Metal Sucks. I did a podcast note with them, which was fantastic. Peter, if you're watching this, great conversation. Really love that. And I got a lot of love for Metal Sucks because of how awesome the people are. And I also linked things like assets. Now, all of these that you see over here, these are actually links to images and stuff that I've designed. I had a graphic design background when I was in high school, so I've taken those skills into my music career as well. But, if you have an artist that you're working with or you want to use AI to create your art, these are all ways and just tools to make it happen. Don't be shy about making something that you think is effective, and bounce ideas off of your team, whether or not it's a good post or not. But these are all things that I would point to my teams to say, hey, check this out. What do you think of this? Is this the right size? Is this the right format, etc.? Then we get to the official timeline, which is where you start to really outline what you're looking for. And I find it to be really helpful to color code certain things so that certain people on your team, they'll realize, okay, this is my color, this is what I have to pay attention to, but everybody gets the same sheet so they can see kind of what's the whole game plan, what are we trying to do? So we started off with my release as just a press release. Put it out there to market it to people. This is the point where we really defined what was sort of like my micro niche for this project, which we defined as philosophical metal. Of course, the Dante's Inferno stuff is evident with all of that. But we use that as language to help create, some anticipation, some intrigue. And we use the podcast interview to sort of get the ground running, have some information so that when people find us later on, they can always go to the podcast interview, learn more about it, and it might be someone who decides they want to stick around and actually, buy some stuff from the band. And then, of course, we get to a couple of important dates, right? So anything that you see was in red for the text on those dates are very important in this case. This is the premiere of the Godless music video that we created. Love that video. It was so much work to do, and we did it in Dolby Vision. The album was created in Dolby Atmos, so it was just like a total mishmash of like Dolby, and it was really, really my intended experience. And if you ever see it on Vimeo or on the website, you'll see it. It's actually linked with the Vimeo video that we have. It's all in Dolby Vision there, which is great. So this is something that we really wanted to do. And we actually had a premiere with Metal Injection. They did that for us because they thought it was really interesting. And honestly, the timing was perfect for it. These kinds of questions of when things are supposed to drop, you got to talk to your team. A lot of these people know when is a good time to sort of, release some stuff, especially depending on where you're at in your career. Just really, really simple. Earlier in the year, better for independents. Later in the year, usually it's for big record label releases. And you don't want to compete with record label releases because they just flood the market. So that's where you have your most opportunity. We also started to do radio promo after Godless was released as its first single. And in between every single that I had, for example, you can see August 23rd. This is when we started to have another single, which was a lyric video designed by Wayne Joyner, by the way. Awesome animation stuff. But this is something that we're talking about with having about 4 weeks in between each single to allow you to pitch to things like Spotify, right? Having that runway gives Spotify at least a chance to review it. And, it's not a guarantee that you'll get a Spotify editorial playlist exception, but this is a chance for you to actually at least put yourself in your best foot forward for that and have enough time and runway so that those songs have at least a way for it to be moderately, if not, very much so intertwined with those releases. So we also see in between, we are basically strategically putting things like Instagram posts, podcast reads, banners for any advertisements on, the Blast Beat network, which encompasses things like Metal Injection, Metal Socks, and all those kinds of things. And I also put in, of course, the other radio promo for the second release, which was Sacred Order. Just, again, more of this kind of stuff. And then we start to see, getting close to the day, full album coverage for PR, right? And this is where, you put out another press release, which gets basically people to review your stuff. You get people to want interviews with you, these sorts of things. And those are enormously helpful. They help for social proof. They allow people to be able to search you online. It's really, really helpful in order to have your music career in place. This, by all means, a lot of this is a lot of effort for just getting the word out there. A lot of people ask me, hey, when am I going to see a return on this stuff? I mean, I don't know. If you believe that this is what you want to do in life, you do this because you believe in the mission of getting the word out. The back end, that's what we call royalties. And that's, if you own all your royalties and you do this right, I mean, you could do it really quickly, or it could take a really long time. The choice is yours. And it really happenstance is about a couple of things, right? Did you time the release correctly? Did it go to the right audience? Are you networking in the industry to be able to reach more people with influence? Like, these sorts of things are all questions that you should be asking yourself. If you're sitting at home and you're not really going out there, not like trying to either play a show or at least meet people, I mean, it's going to be very hard. You have to get out of your comfort zone and then absolutely like keep moving around. And, this is one of the reasons why a lot of people back in the day were like, oh, I'm going to move to New York. Oh, I'm going to move to LA. I mean, because that's where the attention was, right? That's where people were in the industry. So put yourself in a position where it makes you exposed to those things. And obviously, I know, honestly, like moving to another city is a huge ask. But if you're really thinking about like, hey, I want to make this my career and I want to take it really seriously, well, then that should maybe be a consideration. I don't know, just thinking out loud. But these are, again, so we got other things like promo campaigns. I work with Ditto Music on this release, which is my distributor. And Ditto Music actually has some really, really cool services that, they were able to put my release in Atmos. They were able to also do another promo campaign in parallel to the one that I was already doing with Adrenaline PR. They were just really liked working with me. This is great. And they also made like graphics and all this kind of stuff as well. So I got a lot of love for Ditto, and the people who run Ditto are great people. But I had a total communication with them. I was really on top of it, making sure that things were released correctly. And if something goes wrong, you got a support team that can help you. That's also very helpful as well. And then we get to, of course, the album release date, which in radio we call that the street date. That's when everything is released. We had an exclusive newsletter from Metal Sucks. We had also a new documentary that released on the day of. That was a really, really cool way to also make this bigger and better. It was all in support of the HOMERIK album, which, of course, if I go back really quick right over here, this is the album, right? And I love this thing to death. It's an amazing creation of art, literature, and music. Literature, music, and art. So it's all really my complete idea. And this is something that I was very, very passionate about for the longest of time. And as an artist from a very, very young age, it's been a dream of mine to have, a product of my own that is my own IP that I can bring into a tangible form, and this was that release. So it's something to be said about being able to do that and to share this kind of stuff with you guys. This is amazing. So you see over here we also have the synopsis of the story, and leading on over to the novel release date, where we had a private reception for guests and people to come over and listen to it in Atmos, and also be exposed to the novel, as well as a behind-the-scenes art book, which was also released to it as well. So this is just something that I wanted to really share with you guys, because I think in a lot of these situations, we want to create some sort of a splash, and many of us might think, like social is the way to do it, but it's not the only way to do it. One thing that I don't like about social media, it's that it's all about the now, right? The moment I make a post, if it doesn't do well, it gets literally forgotten in the abyss of old posts. But when you do a PR release, and this is where I think PR really stands against social media, it is on the internet in a professional format where it's always searchable, because it uses SEO for it to be found. It's an article, a real article, and it's a publication. So don't think that it's not important. It can absolutely help in making your presentation that much more professional, and it elevates the project into another stratosphere where people take it seriously and not just like a hobby. So think about that, and I hope that maybe creating a press release timeline is in your near future. Let me know if this is something that you want as a downloadable. I might think about making that happen. But we are building something on Spectre Academy as Metal Mastermind. We are building another course, which is going to be all about music business, and this is definitely a part of that. So if you're interested in checking out more things like courses where you can learn about this stuff at length, in detail, go to metalmastermind.com or spectreacademy.net, and you'll find our partnership together creating these courses through All Access Pass. And that's just a $40 monthly fee, or you can buy it in quarterly or annual, whatever works for you. And you have access to all the resources on Spectre Academy, as well as Metal Mastermind's content on Spectre Academy. So as always, this is what we do here at Metal Mastermind. We seek to help metal artists get to the next level. And if that sounds like you, well, come join us. And always remember to create your own sound.